welcome to the channel. This is Meredith, and today I will be embarking on my Caribbean cruise vacation with my friends. We will be taking the Norwegian Getaway, and we'll just be leaving from New York, and then we'll be stopping in Orlando, Bahamas, and Bermuda, and coming back to New York. So if you're interested in seeing what I get up to this week, stay tuned. I think I'm going to be doing one vlog per day, so I'll try to give you my perspective of the food, the drinks, the amenities, the entertainment, etc. So if you're somebody of my similar interests or similar demographics, this might be interesting for you, because when I was doing my research, I couldn't find any reviews from people of my demographic or interest, which is just grandma stuff. So definitely consider subscribing for that. We will also be going to Universal and Kennedy Space Center, and then just kind of hanging out on the islands. So I'll try to show you that as well. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll just get started here with embarkation day. One of my friends and I are going to be embarking at noon, and the other friend is going to be at 3:30. So I'll show you everything that we can before everybody gets on the ship. Hopefully it's not super duper crowded, because I don't know if I can handle that, but we will see. So I'll try to give you that perspective as well. So I did go on one cruise before to Alaska back in September, so this will be the second cruise. It's a very different style of cruise. Like Alaska versus Caribbean is very different, so I'll try to give you that perspective, and it's also a different cruise line, etc. And then I also think the ships are going to be a lot fuller now just because of like pandemic and stuff, so I'll try to show you that and give you a perspective about like how I feel, because I'm kind of a hermit these days, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about having like 4,000 of my closest friends around me. So that was sarcasm. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, so I'm gonna head out soon, but something I should also mention is it's like 30 degrees right now Fahrenheit, so that is like 0 Celsius in New York right now, and in Florida, where we're going to make our first stop, it's going to be 90 degrees on Monday, which is when we're going to be there. So it was just, packing was hard. Let's just say packing was hard, because also Bermuda is going to be similar weather to New York, and then Bahamas is hot. Like it's going to be similar to Florida, maybe a little bit less humid from what I've read. So anyway, packing was difficult. The absolute worst, taking the elevator. Okay, so I'm gonna walk to the port from Columbus Circle, so it's not that far, it's maybe a 10-minute walk. I'm at like 10th Ave. Dang, that's a fancy car to get. I am slightly underdressed, it's quite cold out. But I'm making my way to 11th Ave. I'm dodging so much dog poop on the sidewalk, it's so gross. Why are people gross? I was on 58th, so now I'm heading towards like 54th, 55th. Also, this is where all the car stores are. So I already walked past BMW. There's also a VW, an Audi, Mini Cooper, etc. The Nissan dealership's coming in, and there's also the Mercedes-Benz. And Land Rover, of course. Okay, now I'm by the Charles DeWitt Park, which is across the street from the pier / port or whatever it's called. So I'm walking over there towards 12th. Some more cars, some Maseratis. Okay, here I am at 54th and 11th. Actually, no, this is 12th, sorry. And this is where the pier is. So I think we have to go over to the entrance at 55th. But actually, there's people who look far more seasoned than I am who are going up the ramp. And they also have the same luggage tags as I did. So maybe that is where I go. So the trash guy was really helppful. Basically, we're the only ship in port right now. So we have to go to 48th, I think. He said it should be easy to find, which is true because it's like the only ship in port. So still making my way. Okay, so I see it. I think we might be at Pier 88, which is different than what I thought when I looked it up online. Okay, so I'm at Pier 88. There's an escalator on the inside. That's where I'm gonna wait for my friend. And then there's also an elevator on the outside. So it's pretty slick. Just handed my suitcase off. Everything's ready to go. Just made sure I got my ID in my bag, etc. The embarkation process at the New York port was very quick and easy. We were able to get on pretty much right away. Just make sure you have all your paperwork ready to go. By the time we made it onto the ship, it was pretty empty because we were pretty early. We were staying on deck 10, but our room was not available when we boarded, so we were able to kind of look around. So we looked at some of the restaurants, including Shanghai's, which is a noodle bar, and then we also looked at the Piece de Resistance, that chandelier. Ocean's is a nice pub and bar and grill. And then here is the lunch menu at the main dining room. We decided to head there first. I've just been told my risotto is more sexy than this tuna melt. There's no way to make this tuna melt look sexy, but there it is. And this is the risotto.
We got enough food here.
This is the tapioca pudding.
Before we leave.
Made it to our room. It's about 1:30 and we have a view of the Intrepid over there and then also Midtown. Going to do a quick room tour, 10858. So we have a 4-person balcony. Right off to the side here is where you put in the cards. They already give it to you. Just make sure you push it really hard down because we didn't do that the first time. There's the lights here for making up the room or do not disturb, so make sure you set that appropriately. Right away is the bathroom. So the bathroom is actually pretty okay sized. So this is the shower stall. So I would say that if you're a little bit taller than me, it might be a little bit of a close fit, and also a little bit wider than me, it also will be a close fit. So that's what it looks like. In terms of the shampoo and conditioner, it looks like they don't have a conditioner. It's just a body wash and shampoo. And let's see, you have to set the temperature yourself. And then here is the toilet situation. So I would say that this is pretty tight quarters in here. So let me do a sit test. So for me, I'm okay because I'm like very short, 5'2". So here is the hand soap. And we have 3 people in the cabin, so they already set up the towels as such. I wash my hands, so that's why there's not another hand towel. Let me close the door here. Step down. There is a mirror, so hello. Here is the closet situation. It's pretty small, not gonna lie. There's a few shelves in here. And I think we might need to, I think we might need to ask for some extra hangers maybe. Oh, we have a coffee maker. That's exciting. And that's the storage area. So here is the pull-out sofa, so they can make it into a bed. But we also have a Pullman bed that can pull down from the ceiling, so we'll have to figure out what we're going to do. Over here is the vanity area. So this is actually a storage ottoman, and then you can use this as a hard top for if you want to eat in the room or something like that. Wastebasket. Hair dryer is down there, and here is the mini fridge sitch. So we need to ask them to remove the mini bar items so we can use that fully. The TV remote and the phone. And then here is the TV. It's pretty small. We did find that there is we are able to use the HDMI ports on the bottom. We didn't bring anything, but that is that. We also need to ask them to separate the beds, but together they're king size, but there can be 2 singles. And then that is that. I already showed you out on the balcony, but you can already hear kids yelling at the Intrepid. But this is going to be the room. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. So this is not wide angle. But yeah, that is it. American diner. The water slides. Side. There's also a jogging track. It's a nice view. So there is a ropes course. It's quite big. This is up on the sports deck. That's what it looks like. It's for us old folks, not the teen club. Okay, we're on the Spice H2O area. There's a bar back here. Movie screen. It must be where they have like dance parties or whatever. This pool area. The gym is quite nice. These are the hours. Deck 8. This is the Italian restaurant. St. Norman's Poorhouse. Okay, so over here, another bar. Over there is Wasabi, the sushi bar. So this is Moderno and the Cagney's Steakhouse. So we have a reservation in Cagney's later. Okay, over here is the gelato and bake shop. And then this is the waterfront area. So there's outdoor seating for some of the restaurants. It goes all the way around to deck 8. Just finished the muster drill and we are leaving. I need that one in my house, but also that one is kind of inappropriate. As we were sailing away from New York, we decided to go to Ocean's for a little bit of a bite to eat. Just so you know, there is an arcade there. It is very popular amongst the kids, and it is pay to play, just so you know. Okay, so we're going out for dinner, but got the sunset. There's Ellis Island, and we're coming up on the Statue of Liberty over there too. I initially only went out to go look at the sunset, but then we were luckily like right by the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island when I was out there, so I just stood out there a while. But it's very cold. Also behind me is like a bowling alley and a basketball area, so it's very loud right here. But this area like was really long line, but we all got in and somehow there's like no people by us, so it's interesting. This is the Passion Lime Cooler. It's a draft cocktail. So the review of this is it's quite nice. It's like a fruity, sort of carbonated beverage.
Everyone
Got
loves
the pretzel bites, the blue cheeseburger, the fettuccine alfredo, and then the carnation margarita, the salad bar. We're at the buffet. We decided to check out the buffet just because we had a really light dinner at Ocean's, so this is what I got. And then after that, I decided that I wanted to walk it off a little bit and walk around the waterfront. So again, this is my favorite part of the entire ship, to just sit here and relax on the little chairs with a book and a nice beverage. Here we are at the Sugarcane Mojito Bar. We just wanted to check it out. There is like a bachata class on the inside, but I think we might just check it out. Jalapeno cucumber, spicy passion, and regular mojito. Came to Sugarcane Mojito Bar, and then this one is going to be the spicy passion mojito. Good morning from day 2. We made a lot of progress overnight. We went quite fast actually. Okay, so that's a wrap on day 1. Got up to a lot of stuff. We kind of missed the sail away, so that's on us, but yeah. Breakfast day 2. We decided to just go to the buffet because it was easier, but they also do serve a sit-down meal in the main dining room. If you want to go and see what's on the menu for the day, they do print out the menus early in the morning and put it up in front of the dining rooms.
Okay, we're going over to our last question. Round of applause to our Chef Victor. Carving for 19 years.
This is a dark and stormy. I didn't mention it, but we did do the free at sea, so that means we got the drinks package, 2 specialty dinners for the first 2 people in the cabin. 3rd and 4th guests will cruise for free, so we just used the 3rd. And then on top of that, you also get an excursion credit as well. Okay, so getting some water, and then I'm gonna go read out on the 8th deck on the waterfront. Came out to the waterfront to read after getting a water bottle. So since my friend enjoyed this, I decided to get it. This is the Pineapple Surplus, which is like the Eco Sustain or whatever cocktail, but I'm going to continue reading right here. Because I saw some posts wondering about the dress code. This is the dress code on Norwegian Cruise Lines, or at least on the Getaway. My noodle bar was already closed, so we went to the buffet. This is the beef soup, and then this is my plate, a lot of cauliflower today. Red pudding with caramel sauce, Miami Vice. It's red, white, and blue, and I felt patriotic. This is the Eastern Legacy from the Sunset Bar. The Miami Vice was not to my liking, so I did not drink that much of it. By that I mean nothing at all. Said we had 4,800 people on board right now. Coke in a mudslide. I got the Diet Coke. Fish and chips, like Kim's with potato chips. And then nachos. For these restaurants is no joke. Tropicana Room and the Shanghai Noodle Bar is super low. A mule. Pie and Mexican flan. Thank you for watching. I forgot to film an outro, but a couple of quick things to note. We did not think about looking at school schedules when we booked our trip. There was apparently a week-long vacation for kids in the tri-state area, so our ship was super duper packed, especially with the free at sea deal, which meant the third and fourth person in the cabin was free. It meant there were a lot of families with multiple kids. So if you want to have like a nice, quiet, relaxing adult sort of thing, maybe definitely check the school schedule. A couple of things about food. So the Oceans Bar, we really liked going there. Everything was really consistent, and the service was great, really timely, and the food was what you would expect about bar food. And then the Shanghai Noodle Bar, we probably would not go back just based upon our own experiences, but that being said, maybe we were there on an off week or something, because I have heard and read really rave reviews about that particular restaurant. We just didn't have the best of time. Both of those are included in your fare, and you don't have to pay out of pocket. Some of the other restaurants that I walked around and showed you, I tried to put on the screen if they were going to be out of pocket, and were not included in your fare. A couple of things about the bars. My favorite bar again was Sunset Bar, and then there's a nice place to sit there in like the hallway in between the bar, like in the walkway, to sit there and do a lot of people watching, of people stumbling around after doing a little bit too much of a pub crawl. That was my favorite place. And then also out on the waterfront, which is like the walking area around deck 8 on the outside, I really like sitting there with a drink and then also reading my books and things like that. I will continue putting out vlogs about my trip, and hopefully I'll be able to answer your questions if you have any questions about the ship and also about this itinerary. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed the video. I do have a lot more travel vlogs coming out because I did have a summer of fun employment, and I hadn't been traveling for very long because of the pandemic and things like that. Definitely consider following me over on Instagram at Eat, Stretch, Explore, and also consider subscribing, liking, commenting, etc. on the YouTube channel. Hope to see you around soon. Bye.